So crazy. Like, we've always wanted publicity. But not this kind of publicity.
No.
I have no idea. I don't know anything. I just know that there's tunnels and that there's this one video of this guy coming out of the sewer. So he lifts a manhole cover, comes out of the sewer, and this Hasidic Jewish guy.
And the way this story caught on and the attention on 770, it's not normal.
And New York City's Department of Buildings is now issuing vacate orders to a synagogue over an illegal underground tunnel in the building. Police say 9 men were arrested on criminal mischief and reckless endangerment charges for using a hole they dug in the wall to access the Brooklyn synagogue during off hours. Brad Milkey, host of the Start Here podcast, is here with more on this. Brad, this all came about because police were responding to reports of a damaged wall and a disorderly group outside. So how did that turn into a secret passageway? And what else do you know about what this was being used for?
Yeah, this is a really wild story, Diane. And I think a lot of New Yorkers don't even know when they pass this brick synagogue in Crown Heights in Brooklyn that they're passing one of the most significant religious sites in the city. So this has stood for decades as the center of the Chabad Lubavitcher movement, which is known worldwide. In fact, attracts worshipers from all over the world.
And it's very similar to all the attention is on Israel. There are problems all over the world, but nobody cares. Everybody's focused on Israel. As if something in Israel is earth-shattering, or I guess that tells us something. The world is obsessed with Jews. Why? We're a tiny, insignificant minority. Why is the world obsessed with us? It must be because we have something to tell the world that we're not telling them. Should everybody in the world become Jewish? Is that a utopian dream? No, it's not. God doesn't make mistakes. Back in the olden days, there were 70 nations, and God chose one nation to be Jewish. Obviously, that's enough. It would be really ridiculous to even suggest that the vast majority of human beings are not what they're meant to be. There are Jews and there are non-Jews, and that's how it must be. The world began with non-Jews. The human race, for the first 2,000 years, was purely non-Jews. And they were given commandments. The conclusion we have to come to is that as far as earth is concerned, you don't need Jews. You certainly don't need to be Jewish. Now there's a question of how much of God can we introduce into the world? Judaism is about bringing more of God into the world. The ultimate revelation of God to his creation was the event at Sinai. That's where God said, I am present on earth. Don't come to heaven, I will come to you. That idea is the Jew's responsibility, but in principle, everyone can do that. But over time, instead of bringing God into the world, people started thinking, I got to bring myself to heaven. Because if there's a better place, then why put your effort into this place? Judaism maintained its purpose. We're not here to get to heaven. We're here to bring heaven down to earth, or make earth more heavenly. So when we behave ourselves, when we follow the rules, we're bringing the world closer to God. When we study God's commandments, when we study His Torah, when we think His thoughts, when we get to know Him, That's bringing him down to the world.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu.
It can, it will, and it's our job to make it happen.